It is no news that Traoré is taking significant steps to distance himself from ECOWAS. In a significant move, Ibrahim Traoré, the man who is seen as problematic by the West, has landed another blow on ECOWAS. Burkina Faso has launched new biometric passports without the logo of West Africa's main political and economic bloc on their cover. You should have many questions running through your mind at this time. Will this spark another problem in the country? How is the bloc going to react to this? Well, we are going to be answering some of these questions in today's video. But before we do so, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the New Tourist channel so you get updates on whatever is happening in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso's Ibrahim Traoré has unveiled a new generation biometric passport that no longer carries the logo of the Economic Community of West African States. The new passport's electronic chip enables more sophisticated data collecting and storage along with improved security measures. Security Minister Mahamadou Sana said, "This new document enables online pre-registration, flexible registration whether online or offline, and instant data transmission to embassies." The minister confirmed that existing passports will remain valid until their expiration, while applicants for the new biometric version will pay a fee of 50,000 West African CFA francs. However, additional services linked to the new passport may incur extra charges, he noted. The passport, made from polycarbonate, was developed by the Chinese company Imtech. One small detail to remember is that Burkina Faso is the first West African nation, and the 10th in Africa, to adopt this state-of-the-art identification technology, in line with international civil aviation standards. The new passport comes after Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger withdrew from the ECOWAS in 2023 due to threats from the regional bloc about military intervention in response to a coup in Niger. Since then, the three countries have joined forces to form the Alliance of Sahel States and have created a combined military force to combat the security threats that terrorist organizations in the area pose. They also cut military and cooperation ties with former colonial power France and turned to Russia for security support. These three countries started working hand in glove after the Niger coup, which ousted President Bazoum. Niger's military leaders announced that Burkina Faso and Mali had pledged their support to the coup leaders and offered military assistance if Niger was attacked. It is worth noting that in August 2023, ECOWAS agreed on a D-Day for possible military intervention to restore democracy in Niger. The bloc said most of its member states were ready to participate in a standby force that could intervene in Niger. This could not happen because of the strong alliance formed by these countries. In the nearly 50 years that the bloc has existed, this is the first time that its members are standing against it in this way. According to analysts, it represents a further danger to the stability of the region and an extraordinary blow to the group. Note that the 15-nation regional bloc economic community of West African states was established in 1975 with one goal: to promote cooperation and integration, to raise the living standards of its people, and to maintain and enhance economic stability. Since then, it has developed as the leading political authority in the area, frequently working with states to address domestic issues ranging from politics to the economy and security. But have they been raising the living standards of their people? This is clearly not the case. If they were doing so, then these countries would not have been looking for ways to exit them. Burkina Faso, as well, would have maintained their logo on its passports. Many believe that ECOWAS has lost the respect and allegiance of many West Africans. They believe that it does not adequately represent their interests in a region where people have long complained that their country's abundant natural resources do not help them. This recent move by Burkina Faso will further destabilize the already fragile political landscape of West Africa, potentially emboldening extremist groups and fueling regional security concerns. You should be aware of the terminations that were carried out by extremist groups affiliated to Al-Qaeda in the country, which cost the lives of about 300 people. If you were not with us on this, we will be telling you more about it in some few minutes. Traoré's recent blow on ECOWAS could shrink the bloc's market, potentially impacting trade flows, investment opportunities, and economic growth across the bloc. If Traoré has begun with this trend, this only means one thing: Niger and Mali will soon release a communique in the same light. Do you believe Captain Ibrahim Traoré is the one calling the shots in this alliance of Sahel states? Ponder on this and leave your comments as we continue. However, we know that these countries have had different problems with the bloc, and this only means the leaders of these countries know what they are doing, and not eventually Traoré telling them what to do. We can remember when huge crowds gathered in Mali's capital Bamako and other towns in January 2022 to denounce sanctions imposed on the country by the ECOWAS and West African Economic and Monetary Union. Protesters responded to a televised address by the transitional president and military leader, Colonel Assimi Goïta, in which he described the sanctions as illegal, illegitimate, and inhumane, and invited public mobilization to denounce them. The sanctions made many Malians angry and awakened a sense of patriotism that benefited the transitional government. The diplomatic, trade, and financial restrictions included a trade embargo and the freezing of Mali's assets at the Central Bank of West African states. The measures were intended to isolate Mali, weaken its economy, and encourage citizens to pressure their leaders into speeding up elections, adding to the external pressure from the country's main diplomatic partners. But the strategy did not work. By repeatedly imposing sanctions, the organization was seen in Mali as a punisher rather than a partner. Many have forgotten the bloc's central role in helping Mali's armed forces fight insecurity since the crisis started. While the military commanders of the three countries concentrate on looking for new alliances, analysts predict that ECOWAS will look to maintain discussions with the military leaders on how to best maintain peace in the area. The previously cordial ties between the three countries and the wealthier countries of the West and Europe had deteriorated. Russia is now in the picture. Russia has extended greater hospitality and persists in exploiting anti-French feeling by portraying itself to African states as a nation that is very powerful and willing to work with them. Numerous Russian private and state-owned companies have signed several agreements and memorandums of understanding on civil nuclear cooperation, military technical cooperation, natural resource mining, gold refinery construction, and telecommunications with the AES states since September 2023. China has also been a leading economic partner for the AES states due to its willingness to work with the military leaders to continue expanding its pre-existing investments in Mali and Niger in particular. Turkey and Iran, too, are not left out from the countries that are working with these military leaders. These countries are getting all the help they need from other countries, and so they do not feel the absence of the bloc. However, there have still been some security lapses in these countries. An armed group linked to al-Qaeda has claimed responsibility for what it says was an attack that terminated up to 300 people and injured at least 140 in central Burkina Faso. The attack took place in the region of Barcelako, about 40 kilometers north of the strategic town of Kaya, and it is said to be one of the biggest attacks in recent years. The al-Qaeda-linked group said they targeted just militia members linked to the army. Several videos apparently filmed by the militants and released on social media showed dozens of bodies in trenches, most of them in civilian clothing. According to a hospital source in Kaya, more than 100 injured people were being treated in the city's largest hospital after the attack. The people are devastated, especially as Putin decided to withdraw a total of 100 troops from the Bears Brigade after these attacks. Putin has said that his reason for withdrawing these troops is for them to aid in the Ukrainian war that is going on. Many people believe that Russia is withdrawing some of these troops as a result of the recent attacks that wiped out most of them. Do you believe this might be the case? The Bears Brigade commander Viktor Yermoliev has denied these claims, stating that all Russian soldiers forget about internal problems and unite against common enemies, especially when an enemy arrives on their Russian territory. It is not clear how the Burkina Faso junta plans to compensate for the loss of military support after the partial withdrawal of the Bear Brigade. However, Burkina Faso's government has vowed a decisive response after this terror attack. Interim President Traoré has made fighting terrorism a top priority. Let us take note that it is not all tears in Burkina Faso at the moment, as Ibrahim Traoré has just retaken the Boungou and Wagnion gold mines from a British company said to be the largest miner in Africa. He did not just take these mines from this company, he nationalized them too. London-listed Endeavour Mining had agreed last year to sell these mines to Lilium Mining for more than $300 million. Traore's goal of nationalizing major gold mines is to give the government more authority over Burkina Faso's natural resources. He knows what he wants for his country and is doing whatever it takes to protect its gold mines. If you believe that Traore knows what is good for his country and wants just the best for the Burkinabés, then it will be okay to say his decision to print passports without the ECOWAS logo is for the best. The decision by Ibrahim Traore to issue new passports indicates a distinct and significant move away from regional collaboration and integration. This action signals a more substantial break from ECOWAS's influence and demonstrates the administration's intention to reclaim national sovereignty and possibly reorient foreign policy objectives. This decision will definitely have consequences that go beyond diplomatic ties and impact regional political and economic connections. As Traore navigates this new path, the response from ECOWAS and the international community will be crucial in shaping future relations and stability in the region. Whatever the outcome, we are here to continue giving you updates on this topic. Do you think Niger and Mali will be making similar announcements in the days ahead? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to the New Tourist channel. Turn on notifications too so you get notified whenever we upload videos like this. Thanks for watching and see you in our next video.